This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Latoya Burrows. Coming up in this week's broadcast, are you ready to minister where you are? And Bahamas Academy assists students in sharpening their skills. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. The COVID-19 pandemic created challenges for the pastors who live in Nassau and also oversee some of our sister churches in the family of islands. Pastors responsible for these districts are now able to visit, and it is a tremendous blessing to the membership. T. Basil Stirrup, Ministerial Secretary for the South Bahamas Conference, is one of these pastors who visited the district of Exuma recently. In spite of the fact that they were not able to have a joint service due to the pandemic protocols, Pastor Stirrup preached at the Mount Thompson Church for the divine worship service. Pastor Stirrup expressed commendations to the elders and members of the congregation who continue to spread the gospel in their community. And as a result of their Bible studies, 4 individuals were baptized at the end of the service. All of the churches on the island are in capital projects at this time. The Moss Town Church was recently demolished due to its structural concerns, and the membership is anticipating construction of its new facility in the near future. The Rollville Church is looking forward to acquiring property for its edifice, and the Mount Thompson Church is about to add on to their existing church building to accommodate a fellowship hall, kitchen, and extra Sabbath school classrooms for the children. On Saturday, May 8th, 2021 at 7:15 p.m., there will be a Zoom meeting for members living on the island of Exuma, and the invitation is also extended to descendants of Exuma to discuss ways and means to advance the work of ministry on that island. Our Seventh-day Adventist educational institution, Bahamas Academy, continues to strive for excellence in Christian education as they prepare our students not only to be exemplary citizens of the world, but for eternity. Our correspondent from Bahamas Academy has more on an event held last week to sharpen the students' interview skills.
We're here at Bahamas Academy on Marshall Road. Here, the senior students of Bahamas Academy are partaking in an interview day. During the interview, they will be interviewed by HR professionals from sectors such as philosophy, psychology, engineering, and banking. Interview day for the 2020-2021 school year commenced at Bahamas Academy on Friday, April 16, 2021. Interview day is a stimulation where students are interviewed by various human resource professionals from differing sectors. The event is hosted with the intent of making students more prepared for life in the workforce. This privilege is orchestrated every year for the seniors of Bahamas Academy. We spoke with Nadia Rodriguez, who spearheads the initiative. She told of the benefits of such an event.
The reason we're hosting this event today is to give our senior students an idea of what an interview is going to be like. You know, some of them may go to college, some of them may not. And even at college, there are interviews for scholarships, interviews for college positions, interview for college jobs. So we found that it's very important to improve on the skill of the interview during this time, this most pivotal time in their lives. The persons that we have here today are experts in the area of human resources. They know what they're looking for. And so I would ask these students to take what they have learned and use that to improve them for the future.
As one of the brilliant minds who were interviewed that day, it is without a doubt that this event was successful. I was pleasantly surprised when I discovered that I needed not to be anxious. A good tip from one of my interviewers was that no interviewer can ask me something about myself that I did not know. This helped me to be confident at all times. Here is what some of my peers had to say about their unique experiences.
I think the interviews have been excellent. They have been a learning experience for me. I've learned a lot from the persons who have interviewed me. It was interesting to speak to professionals, to learn what they have to take what they have to offer, and then show them what I have to offer.
I thought that I did well, or at least that's what I was told. and I am just thankful that I was given this opportunity to share what I have. Well, during this process, I learned that the things that I should expect and be prepared for when entering the work environment. Those are one of the key questions I asked both of the persons that interviewed me, so that I will have a heads up on when I graduate from BA.
Well, the person that was interviewing me, he made it really easy for me to talk to him. He, when I first went there, he made a joke to make me feel comfortable speaking to him, and that was pretty nice because I was kind of nervous. He gave me some tips so that on future interviews that I'll know what to do then, and I'm pretty thankful for that.
Eustacia Jennings was one of the professionals that participated in Bahamas Academy's interview day.
It was really a pleasure meeting with the students. I really advise them to take advantage of this opportunity to hone in on their interview skills because it's a very important skill when you're going into the workforce. I will encourage them to maintain confidence, to always present themselves in the best light possible, and to not be afraid to talk about themselves, to be afraid to speak about all the wonderful things that they have done and all the experiences that they have gained, even as a student. I think one of the biggest challenges I've seen was a lack of work experience because many of them haven't had any exposure to the workplace and workforce. I would encourage persons to get as much experience as they could, even if it's unpaid, to volunteer, to get into the workforce and learn about what it is they think they want to do later in life.
After speaking with students, interviewers, and administrators who conducted this event, it is clear to see that the Bahamas Academy students are well on their way to success in the job world. I'm Anthea Adley, reporting at Bahamas Academy for the SBC Media Network.
We'll be back with the upcoming events in our conference.
Welcome to the headquarters of the Seventh-day Adventist World Church. Opened in 1989, this building, known as the General Conference, houses 5 separate entities. Please join us as we take an inside look around the building. We start our tour in the Visitors Centre. Here you can view a timeline of our church's history and watch videos on initiatives sponsored by the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Next we come to The King is Coming by Victor Issa. This sculpture has 10 figures representing different regions of the world. Each figure is made from bronze and weighs about as much as a person of the same size would weigh. The angel represents the guardian angel of the child it is carrying. Each morning, employees gather here in the auditorium for worship. This space seats up to 800 people and is used for meetings, conferences, and video productions. Hope Channel is the newest extension of the General Conference building. Hope Channel is the official television network of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. This is the studio where they record popular shows like Let's Pray, Cross Connection, and Hope Sabbath School. Another studio in the building is the Communication Department studio. Each week, A&N video is recorded here.
Welcome back to your Adventist News. Here's what's coming up in the South Bahamas Conference. Under the theme, Preparing for Effective Ministry Post-COVID-19, the Ministerial Department of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists presents SOAR 2021. You are encouraged not to wait until the pandemic has passed to discuss the way forward for your congregation. Attend SOAR and gain knowledge from churches that are already creating the template for ministry post-COVID-19. The new dates for SOAR is May 14th through the 16th, 2021. To see a list of the subjects and presenters for this year's program, log on to the conference website and click on the SOAR link. World Adventure Day, hosted by the Youth Department in conjunction with the Pathfinders Club, will be held on May 15th. During the morning hours, every local church is expected to have its adventurers lead out in the Sabbath School and Divine Service programs. In the afternoon, a joint celebration for the adventurers will be held. Ignite 2021, which is the 3rd annual Youth Retreat Congress, will be held under the theme Situationships, the 5S formula, in the month of May. On Friday, May 28th at 8 p.m., a virtual-only service will be held. And on Sabbath, May 29th from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., a hybrid service will be held both online and in person for paid delegates only at the New Providence Community Center. You can register to attend in person through your youth leaders. The youth ages 18 to 35 are asked to register by Sunday, May 16th. For more information on these events, please visit our conference website at southbahamasconference.org, where you can view our news update along with other programming from our cable channel ATV 658. Read the weekly logos and the Adventist page publication from the Nassau Guardian.
Dengue fever is a mosquito-borne disease. Mosquitoes usually spread the disease in tropical and subtropical areas such as the Bahamas. Dengue fever is spread when the Aedes mosquito is infected with the virus. When that mosquito bites a person, the virus is then transferred to that individual's blood. It can only be spread by the bite of a female mosquito, and it cannot be spread directly from one person to another. After 4 days from being infected, the symptoms begin and can last up to 10 days. These symptoms can include fatigue, nausea, severe joint pain, sudden high fever, severe headaches, and pain behind the eyes. If you are experiencing like symptoms, make sure to drink lots of water and see your doctor. To lessen your chances of being bitten when indoors, if available, use air conditioning. Mosquitoes hate the cold weather. Also, try applying mosquito repellent, wearing long sleeves and long pants, and use mosquito nets while sleeping. Make sure that all screens are secure and free from holes. Mosquitoes lay eggs in stagnant still waters, so to prevent them from bleeding outdoors, make certain that all containers such as buckets and tubs are not capturing water. Keep in mind that items such as tires and blocked gutters can likewise collect water. By using certain plants like peppermint and garlic in your yard, you can help to repel mosquitoes.
We go now to our news feature from around the world with the Adventist News Network.
On Tuesday, April 13th, members of the General Conference Executive Committee, or GCXCOM, of the Seventh-day Adventist Church voted to hold a special General Conference session on January 18, 2022.
The vote took place on the opening day of the 2021 spring meetings, one of the two annual business meetings of the denomination's top governing body between World Session. This year's meeting took place virtually due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
The special one-day, one-item GC session, which will be live streamed and held at the World Church headquarters in the U.S. state of Maryland, is being called for the sole purpose of amending the GC Constitution to allow delegates to participate by digital means in a future GC session in the event that unforeseen and unavoidable circumstances arise.
Adventist Church Undersecretary Hensley Morovin detailed some of the factors considered in presenting this proposal to the GCXCOM members. He reminded listeners that the church's constitution stipulates that GC sessions must take place in person and on site.
Additionally, Article 5, Section 1 of the Constitution states that postponing a GC session should not exceed 2 years beyond a regularly scheduled date. Maruvin then explained that amendments to the GC Constitution and bylaws can only be done by the delegates at a regular or special GC session.
That brings us to the end of our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. Please feel free to share what is happening at your church by sending us your news stories and upcoming events by email to sbcadventistnews@gmail.com. To view a rebroadcast of the Adventist News along with other programming, or to keep in touch with what's happening in our conference, visit our conference website at southbahamasconference.org. Like, follow, and subscribe to our Facebook and Instagram pages, as well as our YouTube channel. And on behalf of our production team of Adventist Television Channel 658, we thank you for watching our news broadcast. I'm Latoya Burrows for the SBC Media Network. Have a happy Sabbath.